Part 1. Access to information from written texts. Read the text below and then answer questions 1 to 8. The problem of bees in the city. When police officer Melissa Harper is working on the streets of New York, she doesn't wear a police uniform. Instead, she is covered from head to toe in a protective suit. And no wonder. Her job is to capture the huge swarms of bees, often thousands in one group, that appear in the spring on the city streets. I'm well trained for this, she says. On the farm where I grew up, I looked after the beehives from the age of 10. The New York Police Department decided it needed an expert on bees 7 years ago, after many New Yorkers started keeping beehives on the roofs of their apartment buildings. The hobby became popular following an earlier trend of planting gardens on the city's rooftops. People are always trying to get closer to nature, says Harper. Some of them also hope to make a bit of money by selling honey to local restaurants. However, she adds, most of the people who keep bees in the city are amateurs who don't have enough knowledge to do it properly, and that's where the trouble begins. According to Harper, one thing all beekeepers need to deal with is the influence of seasonal changes. Throughout the winter, she explains, the bees mostly sleep and there is almost no growth in the hive's population. When spring comes, they become fully active again, and their numbers increase so much that the hive becomes overcrowded. In nature, about half the bees leave their home in a swarm to find a place to build a new one. In hives kept by professional beekeepers, this does not happen, since the beekeepers use various methods to prevent swarming. New York's amateur beekeepers, on the other hand, don't know how to prevent their bees from swarming. As a result, every spring, Harper has to deal with about 30 swarms a week. While bees in a swarm are usually not aggressive, they do occasionally attack when they feel threatened, she says. Besides, new homes must be provided for the captured swarms, and that involves a lot of work and costs a lot of money. She believes amateur beekeepers should be registered with the city authorities and receive proper training. That, she explains, will help minimize both the potential harm to residents and the expenses to the city. Questions. Answer questions 1 to 8 in English according to the text. In questions 1, 3, and 5, circle the number of the correct answer. In the other questions, follow the instructions. 1. What do we learn from lines 1 to 6? 1. Why the bees fly in large groups. 2. Why there are bees on the streets of New York. 3. How Harper got her experience with bees. 4. When Harper moved to New York. 2. What do we learn about Harper from lines 1 to 6? Give one answer. Complete the sentence. We learn why she needs to. 3. What can we understand from lines 7 to 14? 1. Why the New York police hired Harper. 2. Why it is difficult to keep bees on city rooftops. 3. How beekeepers in New York learn to care for the bees. 4. What kinds of gardens people plant on their rooftops. 4. Complete the sentence. In lines 7 to 14, we are given 2 reasons why people in New York. 5. What information is given in lines 15 to 22? 1. Why bees need a lot of sleep. 2. How bees behave in the spring. 3. Where bees usually build their homes. 4. How big the hives can be. 6. In lines 20 to 21, we are told, in hives kept by professional beekeepers, this does not happen. What does not happen? Complete the sentence. Bees don't. 7. In line 31, Harper mentions the expenses to the city. What is she referring to? Lines 23 to 31. Complete the sentence. She is referring to the cost of 8. What do we learn from lines 23 to 31? Put the fee by the two correct answers. 1. How Harper captures so many bee swarms. 2. Why beekeepers don't want to register with city authorities. 3. Why the bee swarms can be dangerous. 4. What New York is doing to prevent bees from swarming. 5. What could help solve the problem of the bee swarms. 6. How Harper is helping amateur beekeepers. Note, the exam continues on page 6. Part 2. Access to information from spoken texts.
בחינות הבגרות באנגלית מועד חורף תשע"ז 2017 לתלמידים אינטרניים ואקסטרניים הנבחנים בשאלות A, מודול E. שלום רב. היום אתם נבחנים בבחינות הבגרות בשפה האנגלית.
Puppies, praise.
Do you have a
Confident and friendly.
Hello, Rose.
Helping test, which will be read twice.
הודעה חשובה למשגיחי הבחינות ולנבחנים, אסור להקליט את הקטעים. יש להאזין לקטעים לשתי הקריאות של השידור בלבד. בסיום השידור על הנבחנים נשים את מקלטי הרדיו או כל מכשיר אחר בצדי החדר.
Hello, students. Today you are sitting for your Bagrut examination in English. In a moment, you will hear the text of your listening comprehension test, which will be read twice. And now, the first broadcast.
ועתה השידור הראשון. Hello, listeners, and welcome to our program, Unusual Careers. Our guest today is Rose Johnson from the Los Angeles Center of Guide Dogs for the Blind. Hello, Rose.
Hello. Thank you for inviting me.
First of all, can you tell us exactly what you do at the center?
I'm in charge of the puppy program. For a dog to become a good guide dog for a blind person, it needs to receive a lot of training. We take puppies that seem confident and friendly and place them for 1 year in the care of volunteer families. During this time, they have to learn the basic rules of good behavior. For example, to obey commands, to stay beside their owner even in crowded places, and not to bark at strangers.
Do you have a special training program that all the families must follow?
Well, we have a set of goals we want the puppies to reach in the first year, but each puppy is different. They learn at different speeds and in different ways. It's my job to help the family find the best way to train the puppy living with them. I visit each family every week to check how much progress the puppy has made and to give advice when necessary. I also organize group walks with several puppies so that they can get used to being around other dogs.
What happens when the ewe is older?
We bring the young dog to our center for the next stage of its training. Here it learns the specific skills of the guide dog. For example, how to guide its owner to walk around obstacles like a table or a chair that might be in the way, and how to sit quietly beside the owner and wait for a command. We also teach it something we call intelligent disobedience, which means the dog will not obey a command if it is not safe to do so. For instance, it will refuse to cross the street if a car is coming. When the dog is fully trained, we start the matching process.
The matching process, what's that?
Each dog has to be matched with the right owner. Finding the perfect dog for a particular blind person takes a lot of skill and experience. We need to consider the size of the dog and the size of the person. We also look at their personalities and at the owner's lifestyle. For example, we match a nervous person with a quiet dog and give an energetic dog to someone who likes to be physically active. After we match a dog with an owner, the two of them get intensive training together before they go off to start their new life.
You must get a lot of satisfaction from your job, Rose. To conclude this interview, could you tell us which part of your work you like best?
Every day I get to see our guide dogs give blind people an incredible sense of confidence, independence, and freedom. And I've always loved dogs and dreamed of training guide dogs since I was a child. So this is really the perfect career for me. By the way, we're always looking for more volunteers. So if you have some experience with dogs and would like to raise a puppy for us, please give us a call.
Well, I'm sure you'll be hearing from some of our listeners. Thanks for coming today, Rose. And to you listeners, goodbye. זה היה השידור הראשון. נשמיע את הקמת צלילים ואחר כך נשמיע את הקטע השני.
Time, they have to, but they can get used to being that. Each dog.
מאחלים לכולכם הצלחה בבחינות הבגרות. שלום.
Answer questions 9 to 14 according to the broadcast. In questions 9, 10, 11, and 13, circle the number of the correct answer. In the other questions, follow the instructions. Training guide dogs for the blind. 9. What does Rose explain about the puppy program in her first answer? 1. At what age the puppies start their training? 2. What the puppies need to be taught. 3. Why it is difficult to train the puppies. 4. Where the center finds the puppies. 10. What does Rose explain about working with the volunteer families? 1. What goals they set together. 2. Why she enjoys visiting them. 3. Why she goes to see them often. 4. How she organizes her time with them. 11. According to Rose, what are the dogs taught at the center? 1. How to move obstacles out of the way. 2. When not to obey a command. 3. How to sit quietly during training. 4. Where their owners should cross the street. 12. According to Rose, what does the center consider when matching a dog with an owner? Give one answer. 13. What does Rose tell listeners in her last answer? 1. How blind people benefit from having a guide dog. 2. Why the center always needs more volunteers. 3. How she learned to train guide dogs. 4. At what age she started working with guide dogs. 14. According to Rose, who can volunteer to raise a puppy for the center? Complete the answer. People who,
בהצלחה. אנגלית, על פי תוכנית הרפורמה ללמידה משמעותית, שאלון ה' מודיול E גרסה א', חורף תשע"ז 2017. הוראות מיוחדות